Well, welcome viewers. Here we are once again, Monday afternoons with Barry for the regular video on YouTube. Hi Barry.
How's things going, Colin, and the viewers out there? Very nice day today. No breeze, good summer's day, 25 degrees.
Yeah, low 20.
In Catherine Avenue, Chelsea.
Very sunny day. A nice day to talk about cricket. We're going to talk about a few things today, but mostly on cricket.
Yeah.
But we're going to have a look at some
1966 Shepparton cricket. What do you call ourselves? Shepparton Blues. Premiers.
We're premiers.
Yep.
Yeah, you won.
Yep.
Any outstanding players there apart from you? I see right here.
Right down the bottom right hand
you
side.
are.
I was a leg spinner and off break. Brian Letts here was a very good spinner too.
What's his name?
Brian Letts.
Brian Letts.
A nice looking wife back in the days too. And there's another fella, people out there in the 40s, 50s and 60s will know, Glenn James.
Okay, yeah, a VFL.
There he is there. A VFL, AFL umpired about 300 games. And he played in the same football side as me, but didn't like him very much.
You didn't get along?
No, he was a bit jealous because I was getting money and he was, and I was getting all the... He had a couple of brothers. Lance, he was a good fella. It's his other brother, Weedkeeper.
Yeah.
And the other brother I used to live when I was up there in Shepparton, Glenn James, Choco James, but this fella, he was a bit of a smarty, I think.
So he had a bit of a mouth.
Yeah, I should have bashed him a few times, but
he was right for a umpiring career.
Yeah, because I'll tell you something about when he's umpiring. Every time he umpired against Richmond, he used to always give him a horrible go.
Because of you?
Yeah, for sure. I'm telling you.
You had that bad of a relationship?
Yeah, I did, because that's one of the reasons I probably left it, because there's a couple other drop kicks up there. They were jealous I was getting big money.
Okay.
And I was getting all the headlines.
Yeah.
And they, and that was one of the reasons. But I see him at the races at Oaks Day back in '85. I was going to smash him. He was there on his own. I said, "What are you doing now, Mr. James?" and all that business. And I didn't bash him, but
it would have been an opportunity to patch things up.
No, he was just a smart ass.
Okay.
That's it. But his brothers, Lance, champion fella, little fella, keeper, and Choco.
Okay, so you didn't mind him. Anyone else of significance?
Yes, there's a fella here, played for North Melbourne, if you're over 50.
Which one,
60, John Brady, who was centre half back for North Melbourne, played for Victoria.
Yeah.
Champion footballer. And then he went up to Ararat to coach in 1960, or 59, because when I went up to Repentant in 1960, I was coaching Ararat.
Okay.
And that's how...
So that's a pretty big deal.
He was a very good footballer. He kicked 11 goals one game against one of the sides up in the Women's League. He kicked 80 goals a year. But he was loose cannon with money. He was shagging everybody and he owed money to everybody. But when I went up to Shepparton to play football, I get walk in the pub across the road from my place. Who do you think I walk into? John Green said, "Hey, go on, pass." I said, "All right." He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm playing football." He said, "What?" I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "You're on the run." He said, "Yeah, they're all after me." And he was a bit of a wonder man. And
how did he get to... So he was older than
you?
you?
He owed everybody money.
Was he older than you?
Like my father.
Oh, okay. So he was sort of...
He was probably 40.
The 50s were sort of like his big...
He started in mid-50s. He was a superstar footballer for North Melbourne.
Yeah, okay.
And
this was like the end of his career.
When he was up in Repentant in 1960, this is 66, he left Repentant, left Ararat to go to Shepparton in 65. But he couldn't handle money. Owed everybody, everybody owed money.
Bit of a lad.
But a good cricketer too. And he said to me, he said, "What do you?" Because when I was in the pub, because I got known playing against Ararat, and he said, "Oh, hit this fella."
All right then. Well, let's talk about Warnie. Now, Warnie's made a few headlines recently. He's playing in the BBL, the Big Bash League, but he's been threatening to make a comeback. Yeah,
well, probably the last 2 or 3 years, I reckon he's got himself down. He's fighting weight. He's lost about 15 kilos. I've said to people 2 or 3 years ago, I said, "This fella," and he's getting better spinning the ball. I think he's...
You reckon he's...
He could fit in. He'd probably need because Mr. Michael Clark said he's got to have 2 or 3 Shield games next year to go to the Ashes, but if he plays the Big Bash games and keeps himself fit, he'll be... you never lose the rhythm to spin ball, as long as you keep yourself fit, and he is the fittest he's ever been. He will walk into that test side next year if he wants to.
So do you think it's real?
For sure. Oh yeah, and he'll... just imagine all the publicity they're going to get, because England, the last 20 years I've been terrified of Shane Warne. Yeah.
Now, he played a game against the Renegades on the weekend.
Yeah, this is a bit upsetting, yeah.
He bowled 2 overs.
2 overs, 42 runs.
Hmm.
Which is, well, that's, this is big bash. I mean, they just bash anything, but it's not a good start for his future Test career again, but no, Test cricket is 10 times different to big bash.
Has he got the endurance?
Well, he's fit. Just look at him. He's a new man compared to he was 5 years ago. His body's just totally well, he's 15 kilos.
I guess we can ask that question. Like, he's 43 years old. He's a spin bowler.
Well, there's a fellow called Jim Laker and Tony Locke back in the late 70s and early 80s for England. They played. Tony Locke was playing state cricket with 48, but he was playing with England. I reckon he was 42. And Jim Laker, he went to about at least 40.
And when you're 43,
you only have 4 or 5 steps to bowl, you know.
You're 43 years old. You're pretty fit. Like, there's 43-year-olds running marathons.
I know.
So, you know.
And just to feel, and he can still handle.
How are you in your 40s, Barry?
I was still playing football.
Super rules.
I was playing cricket. I was playing cricket up to 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, not Test cricket,
but cricket out here.
Across the road.
Yeah.
But he's a fitness fanatic. You know, he eats everything. Eats very good food, and he's in love with Mrs. Hurley, and Mrs. Hurley loves him, and they're very good. That's what makes a good, happy little.
So you think okay? There's one thing playing. Can he be a threat to the game?
He will be a threat. You're dead right. It's a very good question.
Will he be a threat?
He will be. Look, the England cricketers will be saying, "God, don't come back, Warnie, next year."
You reckon they'll be shaking in their boots?
Look, I've seen him bowl in the last couple of years in these charity games, not charity, what do you call them, the big bash, and he still swings, even I've watched him train last week on TV, he's just flipping them out and straight balls.
Yeah, he's an aggressive bowler, isn't he?
I mean, I was spin bowling until in my 40s, but I wasn't playing against Test cricket, but and I wasn't as fit as he was now, but he's just ill-fielding slips.
Yeah.
Only running.
No.
Coming about 9.
Yep.
What do you want? Because they will be saying, "Please don't come back, Mr. Warne."
Yeah, you reckon Alistair Cook will be shaking in his boots?
Well, he'll pick his market and say, "Right, you're my man. I'm going to get like who's that fella from South Africa last year?"
Cullinan.
Yeah, got you, Cullinan. And another. He names them, and they get petrified.
That's right. He names them, and they sort of they get petrified. So, do you think what's his longevity in the game? How long?
I reckon if he paces himself the next couple of years, I reckon he'd have at least a couple of years.
You reckon? Till he's 45.
I reckon. As I say, Tony Locke for England, he played till he's 40. I'm sure he played till he was at least 44, 45, and he wasn't nothing like the bowler of Warnie, for God's sake.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So I think it should be. The headlines will be he'll keep all the publicity going for Australia going over, and they'll be sort of cracking it and say, "Oh, well, I hope he doesn't come. I hope he breaks down or something."
So you're backing his comeback?
I reckon for sure. I couldn't believe he retired so young.
What do you think of the Big Bash League?
Well, it's like it's well-known Big Bash. Can't bash, you can't play.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Well, it's entertainment.
Entertainment. Have you seen the when you hit the wickets, you see what happens?
Yeah, apparently the light comes on.
Well, the bails have got lights.
They put it in Test cricket.
And they all flash as soon as they get hit. They all flash and
the bail's got to come off, isn't it?
Yeah, the bails flash as well.
Well,
the wickets flash and the bails flash.
It's no good if you bowl in Test cricket and the ball hits the stumps and doesn't knock the bail.
Everything all lights all flash. It all starts flashing.
The bails have got to come off.
The bails flash.
Well, that'd be we don't play much night cricket, do we?
It's quite exciting to see.
Feel like for one-day cricket, I'd say they should bring that in for the one-day cricket.
One-day cricket, yeah, maybe. Yeah,
2020.
The only problem is that one day.
The umpires can't see now, so they'll be able to go right. Anything like that?
Yeah, it's good for it was good on the replays. It's good. It's a good visual when they hit the stumps when they're bowling. Like
they all explode.
They all explode and light up and everything like this. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Well, that's something anyway.
Something a bit different. Well,
yes, well, that's about what you can sort of say for the day. But there's nothing more news on the Chelsea Football Club at the moment. But I'll keep sort of sniff around and see what anyone else has been sort of approached or going to play or not play, and hopefully we might get a side next year.
Rumours.
We're about to get a side.
Not looking flash.
No.
We'll see how we go.
But anyway, but that's all from me for now.
That's goodbye from me.
And goodbye from everybody.